Have you ever been accused? By who? And what was your reaction? I think this is a topic that today we'll be pondering on. So we'll set our satellites on it and then we'll discuss it. And remember that the discussion, is going to be holistic. So we'll touch all angles. And then remember that you are part of this discussion because that's what makes it more interesting. The crew, the cast are here. Engineer Tony, good to see you.
I've been accused before, and by Joyce Jakada.
Like seriously,
falsely accused several times.
Wow. Prudence.
Good morning.
Good morning. The accuser.
Okay, you have concluded that she has been accused. You are just waiting for the accuser.
You can see
Okay, they have
example.
concluded that you have been accused. We
On
know.
the set, on a day we are discussing when accused and being accused.
No, he said that.
But you said the accuser. Did you hear from me? You concluded, so you accused me. Oh wow! What other definition? So
Okay.
there's no need for.
I thought you were telling
That's-
them that we have come to the end of the show.
So, viewer, just do well to follow us. This interesting topic, and believe me, you won't regret it. So, I don't know. I'm afraid.
You have not welcomed Joyce to the show.
No, already she accused me that I accused her.
So you are even now. Welcome her to the show. You accused her, she accused you back. So welcome her to the show.
1-1. Yes. Good morning.
I wish you the same.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You're looking
Christmas
great.
Day. I say good morning. I wish you the same. Christmas Day.
He greeted, so I'm greeting him back.
Come on, happy Christmas. Secretary, same to you.
Same to you. Happy birthday.
Same to you.
NG.
Welcome to the show. Very interesting program.
I wish you the same.
Kai Buji.
Prudence.
Accept my condolences. We same to you. Happy birthday. We same to you. Congratulations on your newborn baby. We same to you.
And you are not married.
And you are not even thinking.
I'm actually wondering if all this is true or it's just accusations, but then again we're talking about when accused.
They didn't call name. You see? They didn't call name.
Well.
They didn't call name.
It is well
Just-
with my soul. It is well. It is well. It is well with me. So let's go.
Somebody
Standing
came,
on the solid
somebody
rock.
entered someone's house. He said, I came to greet you. He said, yeah, thank you, but I'm just resting. He said, okay, let me allow you to rest in peace.
That fight here. It's going to be on another level.
Since he was like he was disturbing his rest, he said, let me allow you to rest in peace.
But come to think of it, is that okay?
Yeah, you can rest in peace. You can eat in peace. You can.
You know, because
Okay.
the term has always been used when it has to do with death. So when you tell somebody have a peaceful, in fact, even when you say have a peaceful night, the person want to think twice first before you say, oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Or you say, okay.
It's better to say restful. Have a restful night. A restful day. I think it's better. Assuming that you have been tired.
Yes.
Before
the
before
person
it is seen as
change his mind from sleep
as an
activation.
accusation.
Okay, looking at this interesting topic today, knowing that in our day-to-day life we deal with people, and then you can't deal with people without communication, and then you find out, in communicating with people, doing day-to-day activities, exchange of words, assumption left, right, center. People cook stories just because they are looking for favor, or just because they just want to pull someone down, and then it just make the whole place, or they just make the person like feel less of himself, or make the person feel like, okay, why is this coming to me at this time? Looking at today's life, we normally come to like look into so many issues like this that is really eating up in the society, and you find that some people, just because of not getting it right, it becomes an issue. it affects relationship, it breaks family, so on and so forth. So we just want to see how can we help someone there that is being accused wrongly, and then he feels bitter. Like for me, I will say, I know when I'm being accused, I know how I feel, and I know my reaction. I know the whole thing is your reaction towards. I believe I remember we talked about one time on this set. You mentioned issue of God looking at your reaction in everything. So now you are being accused, but what is your reaction? And knowing that we are being groomed from different homes, different society, different culture, and the rest, and then sometimes even belief, because you find that you are working in a place that you are not from the same faith. You understand? And then someone is giving you something which is not what you are expecting. What should be your reaction at that moment? Like me, sometimes I just let it go. I just let it slide, and I pretend. Let me put it this way: like nothing happened. Like, okay, I think at this point there's nothing I can do. But some, they go to an extent of saying, no, Zanuna Mishi, I will show him, I will show them. He will know that he's dealing with the wrong person.
Like Joyce used to say, Zam Basma, Mikey. You surprise them when she shows up. She's showing up with surprises.
The reactions to accusation is actually very. It's either this way or that way. Sometimes for certain accusations, it's just best to laugh it off and leave the person to his accusations, and down the road you would be vindicated. So there are times when you just laugh it off and go, but I'm more disturbed about times when this is detrimental to you, especially your work and your reputation as a person. If this person continuously goes ahead and continues to accuse you, accuse you about.
But it sounds good. Accusate. It sounds good. Accusate.
You should be headed to the dictionary. If someone decides to continuously accuse you about a certain thing, so much so that people begin to believe that that's the truth, and it is really affecting your work, or it leads to probably even you being sacked at your workplace, or being sacked at your workplace, or demoted, or friends and family leaving you and all that, because people are beginning to believe that person and thinking that what that person is saying is actually the truth. It's a two-way thing still. You can either just keep quiet and let it be, or you find ways, like continue to be the person that you truly are, so that at the end of the day this person would know, the people around will understand that actually what this person was saying was never the truth in the first place. So it's better to get busy growing yourself in all the right things that you're doing than settling and burdening yourself with what that accuser is saying. I think that's the reaction I would have. But honestly, if you're talking about my personality, I'll probably just laugh it off and continue living my life.
Well, when you talk about accusation, it's something that everybody out there can just easily relate to. When you say when accused, like there are a lot of pictures that will just come to mind, because we all had our share, or you are having a share of that bad break. Because I would say accusation is a bad break. It's so painful when people say things that you didn't do, and you're seeing how that people are believing it and then treating you in that light. So you see, when someone accuses you, or when people accuse you, they're saying you did something, or you're guilty of something that you did not do, and that thing they are saying is being believed without even hearing from you. And so it is almost inevitable in our day to day, like accusation. You find it in the home front, you find it at workplace, you find it even in the church, you find it like in the market, you find it at schools, almost everywhere. You find the term, or you find accusation like waxing strong. Why do people accuse people? People do that out of envy, people do that out of jealousy, people do that out of manipulative spirit, people do that because they want to have their way. It's possible someone is not happy with what you are doing, it's possible someone out there is not happy with your growth, it's possible that somebody is not happy with the level at which you are. And so people want to say all manner of things so that they can pull you down. They know that saying such thing probably will break you. When they say certain things about you, it will make you to be seen in bad light. And the best way for them to bring you down is to begin to say that, wait until it's the era of election or the season for election. You hear all manner of things about politicians that are showing up that, oh, I'm contesting for this position, I'm contesting for that position. People will say a lot of things that, oh, in fact, there are some politicians that will say, people just blackmailed me, people just accused me so that people will not vote me or people will not support me. We've seen a lot of cases, and because of how terrible and bad accusation is, we have it in the law. Like, you can file a suit against defamation and even slander. When you say certain things about the government that is not true, take you to court. When you say certain things about individuals, they can also take you to court. Because if what you're saying about the person is not true, he can decide to take you to court and say, this thing that you said about me is not true, and he's filing for this and that. And once you're charged, there are people right now at the prison or in the prison that are suffering from the things that they say about certain people that are not true. So if you cannot defend what you're saying, and you know, most times when people accuse, and okay, you call the person, you said this person did this, what's the evidence? Actually, it was this person that told me. You are not even actually there, you didn't see anything happening, but you just decide to just accuse. Like, generally, what I would say about this is that it's painful. It's really painful. It's hurtful. Some people, do you know, they have been accused of sexual harassment, and in the true sense of it, they didn't do it. There are people right now as we speak, they are at the cell, they're in the prison for something they did not do, but because they didn't have the opportunity to defend themselves, to say, I really did not do this that. They ended up, and then the people that committed the crime are having their way. So because of how people are saying that, oh, a lot of people are getting away with accusation, oh, let me also tell the same part. You hear somebody say, if you try me, I will shout rape. And they want to do whatever they want to do. And because you're scared that this is the implication of what the shout will bring, and you just decide to just let it go. So generally, it's just so hurtful. I wouldn't want to say that, if everybody in our world today is deciding to keep quiet when accused, I don't know what the world will turn
There'll
into.
be a lot of issues. I was just saying that.
Yes.
Personally, that's the reaction I have most of the times.
Let me hold it for you.
Okay, so most of the times that's the reaction I do have. But then again, there are times that things like this happen and you're so disturbed that you really want to work on it. You want to do something, you want to react. Little wonder they had to put that into the constitution, because it was something that kept coming up, and it was a burden for a lot of people. A lot of times people are out to get things for themselves, and selfishness has been the order of the day. Everybody just wants to think me, and because you're thinking me, if things are happening to somebody that is not favoring you, you would want to do something about it to change the story. So false witness begins to come up. Somebody, you got me, do you know this person did that, this person did this person did that, and tomorrow everybody is looking at this person with this kind of light, like so this is what he did. This person told me that, and you know that kind of news goes round, especially in a small knitted environment. You just hear it from this person, and then before you know that, it's gone round, and this person is being painted black when in fact the person is the opposite of it. So in that kind of scenario, there are things that you can do and put in place. There are times when because of how much it is, especially if you're someone of affluence or someone of influence in your environment. There are times that you need to come out and let your voice be heard. That's explain yourself sometimes. Other times, as she said, you take it to court and use evidences, and the court gives you your vindicates you and all that. But in a situation where a lot of us find ourselves, where the court is not an option, and where if you say anything, nobody actually believes you, because everybody now begins to think that what is coming out of your mouth, you're just spilling lies.
I'm actually not suggesting
What
that,
would you be doing?
I'm actually not suggesting that, okay, this is what you should do. You should go to court, you should do this. I'm just saying, because of the gravity of that, like, is an offense. And that's why there's actually a law against it. So there are people that will decide, I won't let this slide. A lot of people have been killed, though, because they accuse certain people. The person will not tell you anything, but secretly you plan that, see, I want this person out of my face. There are people that have been killed because they accused other people. There were people that at the end of the day, like, they didn't go away with it. Because people out there are some people out there that are thinking, okay, even if I accuse, at the end of the day, he'll keep quiet and I'll have my way. So let me continue with the attitude of accusing people. You jump from one person to the other and you're celebrating that I can bring this person down. See, watch lest you fall. That's what the scripture says. Because don't think that the silence of that person, some people, their silence is more dangerous. You prefer that they talk than they are quiet, because you don't know what they are planning. But there are other people, because of their faith and their belief in God, they know, they are not unaware of that accusations will come. So at that point, they are saying, God vindicates me. But you don't know what the person is doing in secret place. Like, he's not just shutting up and assuming that nothing happened. I can go back and cry to my God and say, I didn't do this, and this person said I did that. I didn't have the opportunity to defend myself. But you who sees everything, you are my defender. You said that if I'm burdened with things like this, I should cast my care on you. He has a way of fighting back for you. So people should not think that, oh, because I've been saying things about people that are not true based on hearsay, and I think, oh, what would he do? What would she do? There are people that would decide, I will not say anything about it, because I will not dignify you. Like, whoever would decide, oh, let me accuse this person, I won't dignify you by responding. Because by the time I come out to respond, like, at the end of the day, I'll be pitching, saying things that you're not even supposed to know or hear, that are personal to me. So I would not dignify you by coming out to say, oh, to defend myself. I have my personal way of dealing with that issue. I've had my share of accusation. I remember one time where I worked before, someone said, just assumed I went to say certain things, and when I was called, and the person in charge called, and then when I went and, Joyce, I'm very disappointed, why would you do this? And when she finished talking, I just said I was sorry, and I turned, I left. Like, few days after that, she called me back to the office and said,
after you went and cried to your God,
she called me back to the office and said, do you know that this person has been doing this and that? She's there complaining about the person that went to say something that was not true. And when she was done talking and saying all of that, and what really happened, and I explained to her, that was when she, because of her personal experience now with this particular colleague, she now asked what really happened. And I explained to her, and she apologized that she didn't even. So I said, I've never had a fight with this person. I don't know why. Okay, probably she just misunderstood the whole communication, and that's why she decided and then painted it. I was really surprised. But then I didn't have the opportunity to explain to you. You had concluded already, and that was why I was sorry about that, and I left. So there are so many, like, when I think of certain experiences. Earlier on, I was telling someone, I said, I remember this happened one time. Like, I have forgiven, but each time I remember this guy, it was not a good experience at all. Imagine putting your heart to do things and then at the end of the day, the narrative is different. Like she was saying earlier on, sometimes certain things, it will even cost your job. Someone was complaining bitterly how that she got a new job, and then gossip here and there, and it went to the director, it went to the boss, and she was sacked. didn't even hear from her, didn't even find out, oh, is this true, is it not true, and she was sacked. She lost her job because of something that somebody said that was not true. So these people do that. There are people that are working with pain. Why? Because of accusations. There are people even in their family that are not respected. Why? Because some family members decided to gang up against them. Terrible experience.
You know, and talking about terrible experience, I think it was about last year I heard of this. Said someone stole a bike or a tricycle. I'm trying to remember. One of the two. And so when he was arrested and beaten up, not arrested rather, the community found out and they were beating the guy and all that. It was like, did you do this alone? Did you have an accomplice? And he named someone. So everybody just ganged up and he brought the two of them. They were just going to burn them to death. Then someone decided to intervene. But this has happened in a number of places. When we're talking about jungle justice, someone just decides to accuse someone and that person ends up dead because of jungle justice and all that. So there are times that accusations can lead to the person, that can cost a person his life. That's how serious accusations can be.
It happened in Jos here last year. How that a young man was killed because someone just shouted, some guy shouted at thief, and the guy was lynched. Somewhere around Tudunwada. He was killed. It was later on that people were, oh, he's not evil, he didn't do that. But because somebody just shouted.
So accusation is a deep thing, and see at this moment at this moment, really, if you are an accuser and you're just going around just accusing people anyhow, just know that what you're doing, it will catch up with you one way or another.
But don't you think is the best way to handle it is to speak out? Like you are being accused of something, not to just be quiet. With this slogan that is going on, no grief for anybody.
I thought you're the one that says sometimes you rather let it slide
and pretend that nothing happened.
I thought you're the one.
I say with the slogan of this year.
I thought you were also against the slogan.
As you see, anytime we have this show, I try to see our topics from biblical perspective as well as worldly perspective, because this show has the audience from this side and it has from the other side. Some people don't care about God, but they watch this show and they learn things that are, neutral in nature. When you start talking about when accused, who was not accused? Jesus was accused of sin with women and all of that. Of course, he was seen with these people. He had these people, but he said they are the ones he came for. He said that they are the ones I came for. Sir, anytime you know what you are doing and people accuse you and you stop, you didn't know what you're doing. Sometimes we are foolish for stopping because of what people say. Why? You have a car. They close from work. Joyce, which way are you going? Okay. I'm sorry.
Prudence.
Yeah? Prudence. I'm not going your way. Joyce, I'm going Joyce's way. Except if you can drop at. She will enter, but tomorrow. Soon Tefiai. He left with her. They even dropped me. So this thing is true. Before you know it, she has told 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Say, we have been telling you this about Solo. People have been arguing it. You see, it has happened. What has happened?
Living testimony.
They said Jesus was whining and dining with sinners, with unbelievers, with prostitutes, with tax collectors. Who did he come for? And when they asked Jesus, he said that the healthy person does not need a physician. That was the response of Jesus. So in this world of ours, you'll be accused. Because people say I was falsely accused. Is there anything like rightly accused? If you are rightly accused, that means you have been testified about. So, sir, if you have been falsely accused and you are a matured person, if it's not detrimental, your policy works. Walk away. There was no point. Like she said, I'm sorry, ma, and she left that office. That's if it's true. She said that, how did I know she would pull shirt and fight? Say, I'm sorry, ma. I'm sorry, ma, and she walked out. But you see what happened weeks later. Sometimes we don't learn to leave things in God's hands. You started the show by making a point that that was part of a discussion I had with someone today. When you and Joyce fight, or you have a misunderstanding, or something came between you and Joyce, and I remember one time, like you rightly said, I said on this show that God waits on your reaction. But you know what? Your action, is it going to please God? Not the person you are fighting with. Remove the person that accused you, or that fought you, or that did anything to you. Remove the person out of the scene, and then focus on you and God. If I'm going to say, this guy should just wait, let me go and hide first, I will clear her doubt. Is God going to be pleased with that plan that you have? I have watched a lot of things I neglected die naturally. A lot of things have been rumored about me, and I came out, believe me, Solo, I came out large in these rumors. Came out large. I sat and wondered, why would people say things like that about me? And I'll hear another voice, why would they not say such about you? I keep hearing things like that. So what I will just do is, since I heard that, and I know it's not true, I pay mind to it. So even if it's true, it's me. At my age, no human being should tell me what to and what not to do. Who's the child here? If she decides today that now this one is for the secular people. She decides today that after the show she's going to stay the night in her boyfriend's house. What's your business? As wrong as that is, but what is your business? If you cannot pray for her or talk to her, rather you cross her, you cross me, you cross her, you meet Joyce, and you know that Joyce information once, in fact, before you are done giving, Martha is aware. And you know Martha is a rebroadcaster. Yes. Rebroadcaster. After it's broadcasted, after it's broadcast, she broadcasts
reporter from the field.
I'm telling you, always reporting live. Reporting live, even if the issue is dead, she's reporting live. And certain things, you see, there are some things when you hear that the guy at the gate had a female visitor. So they came and kept him company all night. You will not talk about it again, you will leave. But you hear that your director, somebody visited him and they stayed the night in the office. You talk about it the whole month. There was a time I was working with a state executive, a governor of a state. It was rumored that the governor was having an affair with this lady. And the lady was single, unfortunately for her. That he was just giving her appointments and positions and appointments and positions. Then there was one day, somebody said we should go to Facebook and see. Then Facebook was not very popular. We went to Facebook and we saw that driving into government lodge is HEN, and then they mentioned the name of the lady. The post was like 30 something minutes ago. Meanwhile, we were in Abuja with His Excellency. Even when we had a sense of reasoning that this thing might be true because they are closely engrossed or connected. But that day I said, Kai, there's no point believing anything that people say, even if you have a sense it's true. There's no point. It's not you. It's not yours. Do you understand? Yeah. Yes, it's not you, it's not yours. If there is an accusation coming about you or your wife, attack it. If it's not yours, the best you can do is talk to the accuser or you mind your business. But there is no point that you'll be falsely accused and you know it's not true, and then you leave what you are doing to go and address something that is not true, something that never existed, something that never happened. Why will I leave something that pays me to attend to something that will take away from me? Clear example. You didn't want me to talk from the beginning of the show, but now that I have the mic, I say you should bring out your notebooks. But look at it today.
Yes.
Social media did not do any good to the situation. Go and check bloggers. They are blogging what they heard, not what they saw to report. A lot of bloggers. A lot of them are quiet now. The ones that were very loud, they are quiet now. Because there are lawsuits everywhere. There are lawsuits everywhere. You just wake up, you see, Don Jazzy gave Irasta a $2 million ring, diamond ring. Okay, now I want you to watch it. That's what they are doing. Very, very funny. I want you to watch this video now. Just watch this video. And then you come back. Now it is said that Don Jazzy has given Irasta, his artist, a $2 million diamond ring. Does he want to marry her or he wants to sleep with her? What does he want to do? Please, let's know what you think. You're just looking for, you are chasing clouds. We know. At the expense of someone's integrity. So you see, if you go to the social media, you will just do one comment just to hear what people will say. But people will even tell you so many things. I made a post recently. I said, respect or loyalty. Come and see comments. I don't think one can, the two of them mean the same thing. What I ask you is not the meaning or the definition of both. Which one do you prefer? Egusi is a soup and is a food. Okra is a soup, is a food. If I say okra or egusi, you say all of them are the same thing, they are all soup. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, do you prefer loyalty or you prefer respect? And people started saying their own. That's what you get. That's what you get. You know, our life is not private, especially with the advent of social media. Our lives are not private anymore. Like Joyce looking beautiful right now, and she takes a picture, pow, and she posts it. Some people want to accuse her falsely from her post. Your cleavage is showing and you are walking in a church TV station. Your hair is not covered. These are all accusations. These are all accusations. Somebody went for an interview. Very brilliant security job. And he got the interview. But the man told him, I can't employ you because you cannot speak English. He said, but you said I'm qualified. All the skills I showed, everything. You said I'm qualified. He said, yes, you cannot speak. He said, okay, let me ask you, will the thieves come speaking English? He said, will the robbers come speaking English? It's not English that will deal with that. You see, they let him go. Is that an accusation? Of course, the guy is qualified, but you accused him that without that English, he cannot do it. It's false accusation. As a matter of fact, when you are combating, you don't even talk. You combat in silence. It's what you use that makes noise. Pa, pa. You can't say, I will shoot you now. No, you can't say that. You hide. How many times have staff come to me? How many times have staff come to me to say, sir, I'm just sad. I say, what is it? I was just sitting on my own. That's how they always start. I'm just sitting on my own, and it's not true. When you hear that sitting on my own, it's not true. Linda passed once, she passed twice. I didn't say La Didier. Linda passed once, she passed twice, she passed 3 times. The next thing, she was passing by with Joyce Jakada and they were laughing. That is how they laugh. Don't people have right to laugh? They laughed at what does he say? Me, I've seen staff talking about me several times. I've heard. I don't care. Because I can't come down to your level to start addressing certain issues. No, I let them be. I let them be. So people have said, they have said this about me, they've said this about me, so me, I just want to resign. What? Because of what they said? I asked one, I said, what is the guarantee that where you are going to apply and work, they won't talk about you? So you live the life of resigning and reapplying and applying and reapplying. No, you don't. You grow through stuff. If you want to be tough, you grow through stuff. Yes, if you want to be tough, you grow through. Yesterday, what did I tell you about match? But you were tough about it.
Yes, and I came out strong.
So you see, and he came out strong. It's always the end result that matters. But I will always tell people, enjoy the journey as well. And the journey has accusations in it. The journey has perils in it. You have hurdles to jump. You have people talking nonsense about you, people talking trash about you. Me that is sitting here, I am a product of false accusations. I am. But there was a time I asked you, I said, but do you used to see me when I'm not around? I don't know. Honestly, I said, what is happening? I have been accused of being in Jos when I was in Gombe one time. I was accused of sin in Abuja. I was in Kaduna. I was like times. And I said, look, it's like somebody is using my body somewhere to do stuff. I said, sometimes I sit down and I wonder, all these people that are saying all these things, what do they gain? You said 1, no gain. You said 2, no gain. You said 3, no gain. You said plenty things, no gain. Why are you still saying it?
The goal is to break you.
Do you understand? But I'm not, thank God you said that, but I'm not broken. And it's not like I'm not aware that you say all the things, and you know that I hear them.
And that's the reason why they are not stopping.
you
Because you are not broken.
So that
because
the
idea,
so that eventually I will break.
You see, that's why it's very important for the accused to understand that there are a lot of people out there that have been accused and they decide to just end it. They decide to throw the towel. Some committed suicide. Some say, I can't face this shame. They decide to take their life. But the devil is deliberate about breaking you. That's the intention of accusing you. Accusation is lies.
Yes, falsely. Yeah, saying false.
Yes, it's just lies. And then who does that? Who is the father? The devil is the father of all liars.
Okay, Joyce, now, can you remember how you were when you were crawling and walking? No, you can't remember. They will only tell you. But can you remember the bruises you had and how many times you fall? No. But if you have scars from it now, they can tell you that this one was when you were this one was when you were that. I have a scar on my leg, and my mother told me that she was doing she was turning tool, and I went there and she, it does and they don't cover it in those days. I don't know why. They cover it half and put the murcia by the middle, and then you see the thing doing My mother said I should leave, or I did not, and it came on my leg, and I still have that scar till today because it burnt my leg and all that. And they told me what I used to do.
Masara that does that.
Yes, and they told me. Thank you, chef. And they told me that in those days that I used to beat children. That my mother said that anytime they travel with me, that when they hear another child crying,
they know who did.
No, she doesn't. She said, "Tony, go." And if she recognizes the voice of the child, she'll say, "Mama, da kiya kuri nazua kiya." She'll start telling the mother, "Sorry, is that false accusation?" No. But today, that was my growing up days. But today, if you call me and say you beat, what's the presence of beat? Bet. You bet Joyce. You beat Joyce Jakarta. And I said, she's in the office. I'm away. I did not bet her. You see, I've been accused falsely. Why did I bring that illustration of a child crawling and walking? Because, sir, a lot of things in life make you grow, including false accusations. As a matter of fact, things said about you that are not true, they grow you faster than the things you did that people hailed.
So in all of this, where can we find comfort?
Because I think it depends on your level of maturity and your ability to deal with whatever is said about you. I travel with staff a lot. There are some staff that when I'm in the car with them, I force myself to keep talking so that they can have a conversation. But no, they will be quiet. But leave them in their hotel rooms without me there. You would just stand by the door. Hey, they will shout and shout and shout. But there are times that when people talk in a car when I travel, I know that this thing has been in Prudence's mind for a long time, but she could not voice it. So imagine if it was there for a year, and it's after a year that she's saying it. That thing has been eating her up for 365 days.
Wow.
Who has space for that? You see, that is why when we talk about growing, you need to outgrow a lot of things in your life. You need to outgrow a lot of things. They said this about me. Then what? Please give me one cold Coke there. Me break. Me break.
That reminds me of the story of Job. You know, when the devil was trolling. I don't see it as just trolling, because I believe he was just looking for opportunity why he reacts, and then he started accusing God. Like, you have blessed Job with this and that is that's why right. He was faithful to you, he was committed to everything that concerns you. And then he feels if he's being tempered, like his allegiance will change. And he said, is that what you think? And I begin to look at God's conversation, you know, concerning his children, that he knows us even beyond what we know about ourselves, because he is our creator. Like, he engaged the devil with the conversation, like even asking him, knowing truly that he knows that this is who Job is, you know. And he said, is that what you think? He said, yes. He said, okay, try everything that you think I'm blocking you from doing. Try everything, but except one. Don't touch his life. And he said, go ahead. All that happened, I'm just trying to link it from what you said. You know, people can just go to extreme just to see that they break you. So I'm just looking at that, what Job went through, you know, like the devil trying to break him to his knee. Even using his wife
or his friends.
No, the wife, because friends they can leave, but
the
wife you have that bond. You understand? Like she was saying, just
curse God and die.
Curse God.
She was tired. She was not tired of his situation. She was tired of taking care of you. You know, that's how women.
Sometimes it happens.
Of course, she was tired of taking care of him. If not, you are not the one with the pain. So what is your own? Me that Abba. I think that's Job's issue. You shouldn't have started. There are a lot of things I want to say now, but the women will feel.
I think what is, for me, the take home for everyone out there that has been accused or is being accused is that don't give it audience. Like the Bible says,
just like Job,
like life itself is not without challenges. The Bible says, as far as we live in this world, there will be tribulation. What tribulation are you waiting to see? Is it somebody working at with the inscription tribulation? No, it comes in the forms of accusation. It comes in the form of lies. It comes when people betray you, when people disappoint you. All these are the tribulation that the Bible tells us that, see, as far as you live, you are alive, you are in this world, you will face all of this. So if I'm aware that these things will happen, when they come, I'm not surprised. So I keep moving because I know who is throwing that at me. You are accused. People are saying things that you did not do. So why will I give you audience when I know I didn't do that? If in a situation, for example, like a workplace, you have the opportunity to explain yourself, go ahead. But when people don't give you opportunity, even if it will cost you your job, like somebody just said something about you and then you were sacked, God sees, he will vindicate you. There are stories of a lot of people out there that lost even their properties. They lost, like, friends, family members deserted them because of an accusation. Have you not heard of children calling their parents, oh, this person is diabolical, this one is a witch, this one is the... I even heard a story of a woman that denied her daughter coming to her house because she went to some ministries and they told her that this your daughter is a witch. But at the end of the day, it was this her same daughter, the only daughter that is helping her, is the daughter that is taking care of her. So God vindicated the young lady. She cried, Mom, why would you say that? You gave birth to me, you trained me, I've been with you all these years. and then you just travel to some ministries, you come back, and then you just cut off from me because somebody told you that if I wanted to kill you, wouldn't I have killed you since? But you see, at the end of the day, she didn't have the opportunity to talk to her mother because the mom cut off from her. She tried reaching the mom, but she couldn't. And then her brother, the woman just told her last child that this was what she was told, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with the daughter. The girl said, oh, so that was it. And she decided to just, that's fine, because the mother did not. She was really disappointed. She didn't come to her. She didn't talk to her. You are my mom. If somebody says that about me, is that what you... So she decided to just keep praying about the whole thing. But at the end of the day, the mom realized that, oh, she was just being deceived. That was not true about the daughter. So sometimes you don't have to carry the battle on your head. I will fight. That means you will just be fighting day in, day out. And then you will leave the things that you're supposed to be doing that will keep you growing. Because you are concentrated. Because people will not stop talking about you. Every time people will keep talking about you. You do good, people will talk. You do bad, people will still talk. Whether the things are true or they are not, people will still talk. Some will just pass and they will hear somebody just say, this person. They conclude that, oh, you did a terrible thing. And they will go back and say, did you know I heard this saying this? I think this person is really a bad person. You don't have any personal experience that the person did anything bad to you. But because you had somebody talking, so you concluded. So if people have accused you, don't let that break you. People have committed suicide, and I just pray. Sometimes I wonder, oh, you allowed what somebody said about you that is not true to break you to the point of you deciding to take your life. So how would you go and face God? How? And maybe that person that led you to that repented. At the end of the day, the person will repent and then make his ways right with God, and then look at your own your story. You committed suicide. You killed yourself. That in itself is a sin. Someone say you are on earth, you did not enjoy, you look at the economy, look at how everything is, you suffer. At the end of the day again, you still end up in hell.
Sorry, you are making your point and I'm laughing. When you said that, something just crossed my mind. And I know it's just someone thinking out there like it's partiality. How can someone accuse you wrongly and then you die and then the person will repent?
You repent. That's why you shouldn't even give it attention. Just keep being you. Sometimes, like, these people are deliberate. They just want to see you being, like, they want to break you. They want to see you broken. They are not happy that you are blooming. They are not happy that you are blooming, you are growing. They are not. People want to just see you deserted, see you cry, see you always come to them for help.
They don't want you to sell your hair. They don't want you.
and you know, that's
when you have customers, they are not happy. When you post that your hair is not in Abuja,
they are not happy.
Oh well, so and you know, earlier on we mentioned this, and I think we need to reiterate it here. God doesn't bother about what caused you to react the way you did. It is how you behave. Like, he wouldn't judge you for what Joyce did to you or what Solomon did to you. No, he would judge you for what you did in response to what Joyce did. So as much as we all want to come out victorious and we want to come and say,
clean,
I'm clean, I'm not the person that did this, I'm right, I'm on the right side, not the wrong side. As much as everybody wants to do that, as much as everybody wants to be justified, we're not always going to get justice. That's one thing. Very true. So instead of dwelling on the justice that you might not get, please dwell on growing yourself. It's better that I grow myself in the best way possible to develop that thick skin towards accusations and continue to forge ahead with my life, not giving audience to what somebody out there has to say about me that is false, and doing the best that I can do where I can do it. That's the best option that we have. Because when Jesus said that in this world you will face troubles, he's saying it because he knows that this world is not clean. At this moment it has been diluted, it is corrupt and whatnot. So you're expecting a lot of thorns and arrows being thrown at you. But how far can you go even regardless of these thorns. And little wonder Paul went ahead to say, fix your eyes on Jesus, because he knows that if you know that this is where you're heading to, whatever anybody is doing or saying around you will not cause you to stop following your goal ahead of you. So you keep on forging ahead, you keep on looking forward. This is where I'm going to. So regardless these false accusations, let's just continue striving. I've seen a lot of people, I've seen someone personally that I know go through this kind of things, and this is what I asked this question recently. I said, this is what always happens to this man. He gets this kind of response from people. He would trust someone, this person would betray him, go and say certain things about him. Tomorrow he'll still trust another person, and life goes on. And he'll still go back and do. The circle just continues going on and on, and you keep wondering, like, are you not saying that people are like this? Can't you do something about it, or let's do something? Don't just continue being quiet and all that. But he keeps quiet and just looks at you. Okay, so this is what you think you want to do. Fine, go ahead. And goes ahead and continues his life. So it is really important that we don't let what is being thrown at us to break us, because that's the aim. This person just wants to break you.
Thank you, Prudence. You have a last word?
Well, accusations will not stop coming. If you are thinking of answers, you should think of 5, 10 every day, because that's the least you'll be. So if you have time to pay mind to accusations, you know, God be with you having that time. But I think you should translate that time into making something more resourceful than to be responding to accusations and all that. You should be a bigger person. Let accusations be there, but don't pay mind that it exists. Just be a bigger person.
I think it's important that we look up to God, fix our eyes on Him, cast our cares on Him. He is the judge. So don't decide to take up the fight. Leave it to Him. And of course, He will definitely vindicate you. We've seen that happen in the past, and He's still in the business of vindicating people. So when people accuse you, leave it to God. He will surely vindicate you.
Wow, thank you so much for doing this with me today. You know, God is in the business of vindicating people. So fix your eyes on Christ. That is the ultimate. Thank you for giving us your precious time. For the Equa Executive, we really appreciate you for this wonderful opportunity. For our supporters, please keep supporting while we do what we know how to do best here, and then keep praying for us. For cast and crew, we're saying thank you so much for making this possible today. Let's do this tomorrow, same station, same time. Bye bye, and God bless you.